Negligence has 5 statutes. Negligence also takes away a property right, but it's different than a crime. You see the distinction I'm trying to make? There's just different levels, and that's what coveting's all about. If a man causes damage through negligence, he shall pay for all damages. Okay? If a man shall open a pit, or if a man shall dig a pit and not cover it, and an ox or an ass fall therein, the owner of the pit shall make it good. This is negligence. It's not intentionally, he didn't intentionally try to hurt somebody. This is only if an animal falls in. If you dug a pit and you didn't cover it and no animal fell in, are you guilty of negligence yet?
No.
It's got to be a damage. Got to be a damage. And that's just the way all law works. Yes, Abe?
But if the animal was on the wrong property and it fell in?
Well, you should have a fence around your property then, I guess is what he's saying.
Pool, you know?
You know what I'm saying? I guess you could say if the bull busted through your fence that you tried to warn people with and busted through whatever warning you put, then that would be an exception to this. But that's the reality. If we have something dangerous, so we're going to go over some of the others, but God listed several different examples, and we're supposed to use them as examples. The rail around your roof, just intent. If you don't have a rail around your roof, you're not guilty until someone falls off. You know, the cops aren't going to come up, oh, you don't have, well, actually in America we might do that. That's where we're going with the Roman civil law. That's the difference between common law and Roman civil law. We're going towards regulation instead of rights. That's the difference between common law and civil law. Civil law is about regulation. You're guilty. You went over 65. Well, who'd I hurt? Nobody, but you're still guilty. God's law doesn't work that way. You have to cause a damage. So he doesn't need speed limits. He just says you got to pay for every kid you kill. And it's life for life. Well, that's going to straighten you out pretty quick. Seriously. When you get to the school zone, you're going to go, oh, I better not hit the 100 kids walking this way because I got to pay life for life. So you don't need to write speed laws. You just need to hold everybody accountable to his harsh penalties. The death penalty for negligence requires knowledge. You can get the death penalty for negligence. If an ox gore a man or a woman that they die, then the ox shall surely be stoned, and his flesh shall not be eaten, but the owner of the ox shall be quit. But if the ox were wont to push with his horn in time past, and it has been testified to his owner, so the owner knows, and he has not kept him in, then he has killed a man or a woman, the ox shall be stoned, and his owner also shall be put to death. There's no intent here, but this is a negligence. He wasn't intending to kill somebody, but this is a negligence that is at the highest level.
It resulted in death.
Yeah, it can result. So a crime doesn't necessarily can't be a death penalty in God's law. In America, it has to be a crime to get the death penalty. If borrowed property is stolen, the borrower is negligent. So if a man deliver his goods to him, if it be stolen from him, he shall make restitution. So you're responsible if you borrow someone's property. It makes sense when you really think about it. If the owner is present with the borrowed property, you are not negligent. So if the owner comes with the property, but if the owner thereof be with it, he shall not make it good. So if I'm borrowing Chauncey's chainsaw or whatever, and he's with me, and the chain breaks or it gets bound up and it's damaged, I'm not responsible. Chauncey's the owner, he's there, he's still responsible. Okay, but if I borrowed it and he's not there, I'm solely responsible. If a man cause inadvertent injuries to another, he is negligent. Now, I'm going to talk about this one later because there's a lot of controversy about it. But if men strive and hurt a woman with child, he shall pay as the judges determine. Okay? But we're going to see there's more to it when we get to restitution. But if you cause inadvertent injuries, you're negligent. But we'll deal with that more in a minute.